Hello, everybody. Welcome to Arsenal Fan Circle. I've got Lonzo and I've got Matt with me, and we'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arsenal Fan Circle. I am Gary, or DWTT, as most people know me. I'll be the pilot, the host, whatever you want to call it today. Ray is out and about doing some stuff, family stuff, I think. So I'll be running the show today. I've got Alonzo. Alonzo, how you doing?
Good, guys. Good win today. Look forward to talking about it. Good to see you, Gary. Good here to see you hosting. Matt as well. Good to see you, Powell. It's been quite a while, and good to be back on the Sunday Show. I have been on due to work, but yeah, let's get into it.
Cool. And Matt, it's been a while since I have seen you. We talked a couple of times, but you're back live with us. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm back. Good to see you both. Obviously, shame Ray can't be on today, but obviously I'll see him soon, and good to see everybody in the chat. So yeah, it's been a little while, but a good one to come back on because we're sat top of the table. Good 3 points, solid performance. Happy days. I am a happy boy today. Yeah.
Yes, we're doing good. And as Ray, who is about, but just not live today. He did say enjoy the show. We are top of the league, and the team is not a soft center chocolate anymore. There you go. Our center's harder now, like caramel. 3 big points. Like caramel 3. Like caramel? All right. I know caramel's soft in the middle, so I don't know. That's just me. But I'm gonna because Ray can't talk back. 3 big points. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, there we go. Riddy has joined us. Welcome, Riddy. Yes, we are taking off in a little bit. Oh, we're taking off now. We're on the runway. We will be, as Ray says here, flying high soon, and off we go. So for those who are joining us, just remember to hit the likes, and if you're not, make sure you subscribe. Steve Denham has joined us. Welcome to the show, Steve. Got Riddy saying hi to us. Thank you.
Hi, Riddy.
We've got the assembled here. Riddy, once again, being really funny. He likes to be funny sometimes. But I'm not going to. We'll move on from here. We've got, I think it's Henry Ray Baker. I believe that's the right name. I don't know. Yes. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means, Matt? Because
there was there was Carlsberg. It relates to Carlsberg beer adverts. So you'll have to check it out on YouTube afterwards. But it was always like if Carlsberg did whatever it was, it would be like this, and it'd be the best. So
there you go.
If Carlsberg did away performances, it would look like today because it was the best.
Yes. Yeah, it was a good weekend for Arsenal, right? Both the women opened up the bank, opened up the season, had a really good game. I mean, we can complain because they didn't score enough. That's how good they were playing. They did score. I think it was 6, I can't remember now. But they could have scored 10 goals easily in that match. I watched it. It was really good for them. Good way to start the season. They brought on some of their new players, and I think they both contributed to goals. So there you go. But yeah, hello, Henry. Thanks for joining us. And I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Let's talk about it. As Ray has here on the subject, Brentford versus Arsenal and Frank's recent memories. Yeah, so started the season last year. Brentford just joins the Premier League. Everything that could go wrong for us went wrong. We were missing players, COVID, on the road. They haven't actually played for many years. So big day for them. We were under the cuff, as they like to say, and they took advantage and punished us for it. Today, we comfortably turned around and said, no, this is the Premier League. This is how things work here. And comfortably got 3 points. I don't think they sniffed or even thought they had a chance today. That's how good we played. Really good game from us, and I'll let Alonso talk just in a second here. And Taib has joined us. Hello, hello. I think the assembled on if I met. He's joining us as well. Alonso, the legend of Twittersphere.
God.
Okay, all right. Sunday fun day for sure. Yes, Melvin is joining us. Melvin, welcome to the show. We definitely have a strong squad. It was nice to see us not be concerned about who wasn't playing anymore, right? A couple of players were out, and it didn't really matter. So there you go. Good job. Yep. It's not completely there, but today we didn't miss anybody. I think we played really well. So Alonso, talk to me about the game. Your initial thoughts, I guess, on the result.
Right. So last night I didn't go to bed. I fell asleep actually, so I forgot to set my alarm. But I got a notification on my phone that Saliba had scored, so I missed that. And then I had this thing where in the morning time, if I'm off from work, I take a shower for good luck. And while I'm in the shower, Gabriel scored, so I missed both goals. So I turned on the TV, and the Arsenal were pretty much dominating the game. And, I would thought they would score before the break, and it didn't happen. But I think by now, you're in cruise control when you score 2 goals before the break, and of course, at halftime, I was able to catch the goals, and it's funny how people get criticized for not scoring enough, but his playmaking ability's been there. It's not how it hasn't been lost. So, giving an assist, he's been doing pretty good for the position that he's been in, and I think the less pressure is off him this year to score goals. You're seeing that elsewhere, and I'm okay with that. I know the season's still early, and hopefully by the time the World Cup comes along, he'll be a much confident player, and maybe during these European League Nations games that he'll do better. But up until now, I'm okay with Saka not scoring goals. He's just being a playmaker right now, and that's okay. And I seen Xhaka's pass to Gabriel there, and it was a pretty good pass. I think that this year you've seen a different Granit Xhaka, more moving forward, and he's being more of a playmaker and less of a clumsy defensive midfielder. So, all in all, a good second half, and I'm very happy about the outcome. I think that we're showing why we're lacking. In the previous years, we're lacking that fight. We're lacking that kind of. We're not stopping at just 2 goals. We keep on wanting to go and shoot the ball more and being more possessive, and that's what we've lacked at Arsenal in the past. And we were not afraid no more to play in a road either. We're I think asserting ourselves. Arsenal asserting themselves more into being more of a good away team, and that's what we lacked in the past.
Yeah, no, definitely. Very nice words there. So we're going to talk about some of the people who just joined us, and then we'll let Matt have his say. Craig has joined us. Yes, Saliba was he was a star today, as you can probably say about most everybody that played for Arsenal today. We all looked really good. Saliba is quality, and he's definitely looks more comfortable playing that position than a Gabriel that we have on our team. So there you go. Tony is not here with us, so we'll see if he joins us. Tony comes when Tony comes. All right. Just you guys just wait.
Hey, Gary,
he goes by Tony. Tony.
Gary, are we going half by half, or just talking about the whole game as it stands?
I'll probably go in about 30-minute segments probably. So
Okay.
we'll start after Matt has his say about his overview of the game, then we'll do it in 30-minute segments, and then we'll kind of talk about everything. I'll go through kind of what happened throughout in those 30 minutes, the highlights that I can see, and we'll go from there. Mr. Tom is joining us, who won out of Brentford and Arsenal. Look, Matt's going to show you right there, and Alonso as well. Yeah. Team from London won, so get over it. Yeah. Definitely a great team performance. And go ahead, Matt.
No, I thought we were excellent today. It was a really complete performance. We missed an early opportunity with Martinelli being a little bit unfortunate. I thought Xhaka could have been a little bit more selfish with that particular opportunity. But you look at that performance today against the Brentford side who caused people problems. Let's not forget that. They're a side that have caused people problems. They do score goals and they are a threat. And for us to completely dominate them and not give them a sniff and go and put 3 past them, could have been 4, absolutely played them off the park away from home. I thought that was a really, really, really impressive performance. You look at where we were beginning of last season. Obviously, I know we had players out with COVID, etc. Completely different team. It's just immense how far we've come from that particular time. I was you get a little bit concerned, don't you? Because last season, you saw us lose a game and then you go a couple of games and drop a couple of points or a few points, and then you pick up a game and then you lose a couple of points again, and it's a bit up and down. So it's going to be a really interesting kind of game, this one, to see whether we were going to bounce straight back, get on the horse, and actually go and be professional and do the job and get the 3 points to kind of stay at the top of the table. I was really impressed with that. We were so assured. I mean, I know going forwards we were excellent, but the one thing that really stood out to me today was the amount of running we did to win the ball back, get there first, beat their man to the ball. They just didn't have any space at all to move. As soon as the ball was played, someone was right on them, winning that ball back. Superb. They didn't trouble us at all. Completely dominated, and I thought Vieira did very well, in Odegaard's absence. Obviously a fantastic goal to get on your debut. I thought Partey was excellent, better in the second half than he was in the first half, but very, very good, looked great. Jesus obviously doing Jesus things, but I thought Saliba, like you say, you can't avoid it. He's just an absolutely top quality player. He just, with some players in some situations that he finds himself in, you get a little bit nervous and you think he's going to lose the ball here, he's going to give the ball away, or we're going to end up conceding a goal. But he's so calm on the ball. When players are closing him down, he doesn't worry, he doesn't panic. He just knows where to turn, knows where to pass the ball and when, and find somebody. And he just looks so confident on the ball. He looks like he's got another 6-7 years on him in terms of experience. He's just so cool-headed. Ben White, again, fantastic. I just thought it was a very, very good all-round team performance. I don't think anyone had, a half-decent game. I thought everyone played very well today. And Xhaka, credit to him. I know, obviously, he probably could have been a bit selfish for the first opportunity, but, the ball he put in for Jesus was fantastic, and he was great today. So full credit. I mean, Ramsdale hardly had to do anything, did he? I'd like to know how many touches Ramsdale got on the ball today, because I don't think it was very many.
No, looking at the stats, we got more shots on target than they took. So there you go.
So I don't think it's just nice to be sat in this position, very smug at the top of the table. We all know that the likelihood is, come the end of the season, we're not going to be sat in the same position we are now. But it's given us the really good foundations to give us confidence, to get on a bit of a run and bit of momentum, keep that momentum high, and I can't see any reason with the team that we've got now, providing people stay fit, why we shouldn't be aiming for third place, something like that. Yeah. At the moment, it's all up for grabs, isn't it? There's no one really, apart from City, no one else is having an amazing start. Everyone's having a bit of a hit and miss start to the season, aren't they? So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. So can we maintain it? That's the key, isn't it? Can we maintain what we're doing at the moment?
No, definitely. So yeah, let me go through the chat and then we'll continue on. Then I'll give you my kind of a little high level view as well. And as Mr. Tom is trying to figure out which is the team from London that won, if I have to answer the question, then you're not a football fan. That's all I got to say. There's the one team in London. Get over it. Yeah, they won the loss today. There you go. Yeah, it was a quietly dominating game today. We came in and it wasn't like it they weren't going to get much out of this game from us. And we took advantage of everything we had. We did miss some chances, as you said. We'll get into that. But yeah, no, this was a really, as I like to say, a really kind of another nice clean game. Like it was just like something just really clean about it. Like I definitely believe having Partey back was one of the reasons. But as a team, we played well. Everybody did their part. Really good game. All 11 playing well together, and we'll take that. Defensively, as Craig says here, Ivan Toney got nothing. Didn't get much in the game at all. Not much at all. Guna Gumza has joined us. Welcome to the show. Yes, I haven't seen you guys in a while. My mornings have been a little bit off, so I've missed you guys. So, yeah, they didn't get anything from us today. Yes, and that press, as you said, really kept them, at bay. We had nothing. Yeah, so you don't like Brentford, but you want to know which London team won. All right, I see. Okay.
I think he's just a bit bored because the United Leeds game got postponed, didn't it?
Yeah, he's got nothing else to do. Just make fun of us.
Well, I'm pretty sure Mr. Tom watches wrestling, so
Yeah.
be careful, Mr. Tom. Game might give you a Stone Cold Stunner.
He can't do anything. That man's he's scaredy cat. He can't do anything. And we'll get into it. We're going to talk about the first 30 minutes. So we'll talk about all of this because all of that happened in the first 30 minutes, and we'll go from there. Yeah, did he like? Yeah, that's right. Did he like his kickabout today? I don't think I'm going to hear anything from that guy for a while. And Thunder Road has joined us. Welcome to the show. And you know what? That team, that lot, as they say, they had a little bit of fun yesterday. But I think a lot of people are going to have a little bit of fun against Leicester City this year until they make a change.
I mean, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of sad that the fall from grace Leicester have had. Because they're a proud club with proud fans, and it was a good story while it lasted, I guess. But just to see that team just not do well right now is pretty sad, in my opinion, man.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they've decided to do things a little bit weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything about what they're doing. It's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to move forward, or are you actually trying to get relegated? Because it looks more like you're trying to get relegated. I mean, from the management down to the way that their transfer business has gone this year, this summer. Their manager, it doesn't look like he's wanted there. And eventually, the players are playing just like that as well, right? People are saying, well, the players this, the players that. I'm like, this starts at the top. I don't think the management and the ownership and all of that want to be part of whatever's going on right now.
It's difficult though, Gary, because I like Alonso. I think it's quite sad. They're not a team that really, in the Premiership, you don't really have any natural, nobody really hates them as such, and it's quite refreshing to have a club like that. You kind of break into the top six and change things up a little bit, because it gets a bit boring when you've got it's a 3-team or 4-team race every season. So it's nice when you've got other teams shaking things up and doing things. And like you say, you've got a nice story there, winning a league, etc. But it's so difficult for a club like that to maintain it because they haven't got the resource or the reputation, a top 4 club to keep players. So they're going to constantly be cycling out, the players that they win things with or go up to say, 3rd, 4th, 5th place with. They suddenly get sold off and then they have to start again. And it's a very difficult task for a club like that to maintain any sort of position. But it is what it is. To be honest, I don't care. As long as Arsenal are doing well, and absolutely want us to thrash him and give him a good hiding when we see him. So, when do we play them?
Not sure.
Do we play them soon?
We already played them once, right? So the next time we'll be looking even better, right? So it won't be any fun then either, hopefully. But like I said, I don't think they're all for it right now. So here we go. According to that team, they're not in form yet. Yeah, I mean, they don't look good. They definitely look like they've got some holes. So the fact that they beat Leicester isn't saying too much, but yeah, we'll see how they do when they play up. The better teams. They will play one on the 1st of October, so we'll see. Don one.
If we continue as we are, Gary, I don't give a shit about that lot down the road.
No, we don't ever. We don't ever think. We try not to think about them, but everybody wants to bring them up.
If we continue playing like we do now, we'll finish above them happily.
Yeah.
Happily. And so we should.
Yeah, Alonso just stepped away. He'll be right back. So Stan is joining us. Stan, welcome. He said he just woke up. He just woke up. So there you go. Yeah. No, I was here. I'm here. You don't need to poke me. I'm alive. And as you guys said, yeah, a sad decline. And that's the thing, though. I'm hoping it's not a surprise to them that they have to do this, that they're going to have to recycle their players, because it doesn't make sense for them monetarily to keep them. And that's why you kind of sell them and then you rotate in players behind them, right? I mean, we're seeing that from Brighton, right? They lost 2 of their top players and they still seem to be okay in terms of the way the quality of play that they have. So it's got to be something that you build in from day one. It doesn't look like they knew that was coming, that day was coming. 7 out of 8. Good job for us. Don, what? Let me just go to the chat real quick.
So where's that Russian Tony?
Yeah, Xhaka did have a good.
We have no idea where he's gone. He's on Tony time as usual.
Yeah, Tony will show up when he's ready. When he's good and ready, he'll be here. Right? When he's good and ready. Yeah. So Xhaka had another nice day today. Good day to get today. So that's what we want. If all 11 players are playing well, we're happy, and I'm happy. So,
do you know what? I think it's quite impressive, Gary. Actually, Ben White being shifted out. I was a little bit, what are we going to do? We've got 3 or 4 really, really good centre backs. Natural centre backs, and it's a great place to be. But it's been really, for me, it's been quite interesting to see him being shifted out that way.
Sure.
To solve a bit of a problem of not having a back, Tomiyasu.
True.
And having that kind of backup and that option there on that side, it's a bit of genius, really.
True.
Because it means you're still playing your best players, but you fill the gap on that right hand side where we didn't really have cover for Tomiyasu, and he's absolutely excelling.
Well, I mean, that's the versatility we've always had with our players.
Yeah.
We're actually using it now. Let me go through this chat. I know I said I'll let you jump in here, but let me just finish up here. We're still top of the table for another month now. We'll take it.
Oh,
yeah. At home, I think it's gonna be they're gonna have something for us, but I think on our day we're home, we get the win. Plus, that'll be my first Arsenal match, so to see live. So hopefully one it happens, right?
Which game are you seeing, Gary?
Which one? We're talking about the North London Derby. Come on.
You're going to North London, you lucky jammy.
So hopefully it's happening now. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get postponed because of rail strike or whatever. So we'll see.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, 4-2 would be even better. But a win is a win in this type of thing. They're not going to make it easy. They do have some players. Gene on their run. Oh, that's right, Stephen. Welcome to the show. I'd like to say hello as people join in. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, everybody thought we were going to be dropping points, and no, we'll take it. Ben White, as Mr. Thomas says, he likes some of those players. Yeah.
I don't get it with Ben White. People say Ben White.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
I think for the money they wanted more out of him. They wanted it to be easy and clear. They wanted it to be easy and clear as day. All right. I'm hearing echoes. So I don't know if that's me or is that you guys? Can you guys hear an echo?
I can't hear an echo.
Okay, it's gone now, so I don't know. All right, so it's just me. I'm a lucky gooner. We'll see. See if I get to see the match. Yeah. No, I think the whole thing with Ben White is that he, for the money that we spent, we wanted somebody who was at the level, for me anyways, a level of like a Partey, right? Because that's a lot of money to be spent. I understand the English tax and all of that stuff, but that's what.
I've never really seen him. I mean, I can't remember him having a terrible game or a really awful game.
Well, look, compare what you're seeing from Saliba right now to what you've seen from White, and
different players, but
they're playing to be partners. So for me, that's where you're going to say, what does White have to do? And I'm telling you what it is, and then you're telling me it's a different player and position, and I'm like, but that's what we're talking about, right? For 50 mil, some people are expecting what we see from Saliba, right? Now, White's probably not going to give that to you. He's going to be a solid player, but is he going to be standing out like a Saliba? That's what people want for that money, because Arsenal needs it. They need that type of a player. So I'm not. White's been doing fine. I kind of felt like I don't like him as a fullback, right? For me, I don't like him as a fullback, but he's been playing well there, and we've been doing good. So we'll keep doing it. But I think I like the idea of having a right back and a left back if we're going to do that, and then let some of these other players play in their preferred positions. So let's go through the first 30. I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but first 30, as you said, we started off the match a little bit slow, but we actually, in like 90 seconds, were in the box with an opportunity to score. I thought Xhaka made a really nice pass. I don't think Martinelli was ready for it, which I think that's his problem. If you're in the box, you should be ready for a pass. It shouldn't surprise you when it comes. It surprised him. He scuffed it. It just dribbled to the goalkeeper. After that, things kind of slowed down. I think mainly for the first 20 minutes, it was not much going on. Not as much as we've seen in the past from Arsenal. As far as the highlights, there was a pass from Vieira that got cut out. Jesus got fouled and free kick. Not much in that like I said, in that first, I guess, the first 20 minutes in terms of consistency that we've seen from us in the past. But later on,
first meeting, Gary, was properly incisive. The quality of the passing and the build-up in that was excellent.
Yeah.
Really crisp, short, quick passing, cut them open, carved them open.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's just a bit of a shame that I think if I remember rightly, kind of was it maybe a little bit behind Martinelli, or his feet weren't quite in the right position to take it. And he just kind of stumbled.
As I said, I don't think he was prepared for a pass to come in. So that's why I'm like, he needs to be prepared for a shot to come in, because you're in the box, and the way the play, the build up was, there could be a pass coming to you at any time, and the pass got there. I like the idea that I think if you're going to get Martinelli sitting in front of the goal with an opportunity to put his foot through it, you go, Martinelli is perfect for that, and that's what you want, right? Because I don't consistently, I don't think Xhaka is the person that I've seen be able to take that shot consistently and put it between the posts, at least threaten the goalkeeper. So at that point, I thought it was a really nice pass, and I guess I was probably going a little bit overboard as far as the first 20 minutes, because I think there was a corner at the 16th minute. Saka puts a corner in, and Saliba jumps in front of Ivan Toney. Clips the ball over, back to the far corner, and nobody's there. Nobody's getting that. We score first, goal. We're up 1-0 at that point. Go further on through that first 30 minutes. Game's just kind of going back and forth a little bit. Later on, you've got, I think the ball comes up through the middle. Xhaka gets the ball just outside the box, puts a nice little, a quick little cross in, and Jesus, who at that point was still a little quiet in the game. And it's like he's coming back, but we're not able to build up too much. He's been coming back a lot. He's actually in the box, makes a run towards the forward post, and is there to head it across goal. Goalkeeper has no chance. Very nice goal. And that's kind of how that first 30 minutes went. For me, it wasn't we weren't as threatening, like with the ball at our feet. I mean, we scored, off of a corner, and we got that late goal in that first 30 minutes. But typically, we're sitting there going, "Wow, we had so many chances in that first 20 minutes." Not today, but quietly, they got nothing either. So it wasn't like we were scared that they were going to score either. But that's the first 30 minutes. We talk about the first two goals, the miss by Martinelli. Matt, go ahead. I'll let you.
I was just going to say about Saliba's goal. Our set piece coach, I don't know what money he's on, but give him some more, please, because he's doing a fantastic job. And it's just so good, because we've been quite a small side, and we've not for a long time, we haven't really had a big presence in the box to get your head on the end of a cross or a free kick. And it's great now because we have the likes of Saliba who, can really compete with, because Premier League teams are getting bigger these days, particularly some of these kind of middle table teams who've got, let's face it, giants of men in defence, and you're looking for a Jesus or someone like that to compete with them. And it's nigh on impossible. But, it's great now to see that actually, I feel like we've actually got a chance when we have free kicks and corners now. And someone's actually going to attack the ball. I thought he did really well, actually, because it was a bit of an awkward one in terms of kind of getting your head on it and directing it in the right direction to go in. I thought he did really well with it, but it's just good to see us picking up goals in that way. Because, again, Jesus, like I say, the second goal, a headed goal as well, I think he did quite well to get up and get into space. So, we've got players scoring goals of different types now.
Definitely. It's not just we're not just going to tap it in or walk it in anymore, right? So you just have to defend everything, which is really nice, right? Because we didn't have that, it didn't seem like we had that many we're just going to build up and have these 20 passes that lead to a goal. We'll just score in different ways. So Alonso, talk to me about that first 30 minutes. Started with a really, I guess a bad shot from Martinelli, but ended with two, the last 10 minutes, basically you got two goals, one from a header and then another one. I guess they were, is it two headers? No. Yeah, two headers, right? So.
And also, I think that, Bukayo Saka has gotten better with corner kicks, well, at least with taking corner kicks. And I think I tried to realize is how Cedric isn't bad for a job to take those corner kicks because y'all see how badly he shanks them. So yeah, credit to Saka as well for at least getting better with those corner kicks. It seems like now he's taking them more often, so I guess Arteta has confidence in him doing so. And it makes a better connection for guys like Saliba and Gabriel to make those headers go in. And like Matt had said, we have someone now who could attack them where in the past we've been passive. So yeah, I think it was a great goal by Saliba, his second, and also a great header by Gabriel Jesus from Saka's pass. I think Saka has gotten more better with his passing inside the box. So I know his biggest strength is passing long range, but you're seeing now where he's able to pass inside the box, getting a little bit more assist, or at least getting more movement. So, I think that it was a good start to the game. The first 30 minutes can tell a lot by the way the team's going to play the rest of the game. So, I think with Arsenal, in the past, like I've said, that they kind of lost identity playing away from home. So I think whenever they play away from home and they win, that gives confidence. And also they got a clean sheet in the first half as well. And they had a lot of possession too to score more goals. So yeah, I think Partey had a good first half as well. Not as strong as the second half, of course, but I think it's important that he continue playing like he has been when he's healthy. So yeah, I'm very excited about how the first 30 minutes went.
No, very nice, very nice. So we're going to invite Mr. Arsenal podcast. Ryan has joined us. We actually did the watch along earlier today with Liam, so that was fun. Yeah. No, I mean, I guess I'm one of those that I guess I'm not giving Ben White all of his props. And for me, that's more because I don't like him.
Why not, Gary?
I don't like him as a fullback. It scares me sometimes, especially when he has to go against the likes of a Zaha or any of those other type of attackers that can put pressure on people.
Yeah, didn't he do pretty well against Zaha when we played Crystal Palace?
I don't know. I think it's because the way I looked at it is the same way I looked at it in the Crystal Palace game. When they started to press, they went on his side because they knew they could get a run at him, and that's what they did in the Crystal Palace game. That's what they did in the that's what teams will do, I think, sometimes. So I kind of feel like he's looked as a target, and if it comes down to defensively what we need to do, I believe defensively, Tomiyasu's a better defender. So I kind of felt like
he's
that's where
he's more natural right back, I think.
And that's for me why he's on the back. That's why with that position's on the back line, and if we're going to close it again, and Tomiyasu would be my preferred back there. So, and that's kind of where I am with that thought. And Reddy is Reddy's used to be a nice guy, but now he's got all these really I have to understand this one a little bit. Why the Scouser women introduced their ex-husbands as Da. I don't know about that, but I guess maybe you do. We have the same thing over here in the States, though. So there you go. I was asking about a quiz on Mr. Arsenal Fan Circle. Mr. Arsenal Podcast. Yeah. Like I said, big center backs at the back. Yeah. Those two are Gabriel and Saliba, big boys back there. Really nice to see. They can't get by them, and that's the thing. That's the thing I guess we'll get into as well. We had the loss, but then we had a lot of time to look at our wounds, right? And hopefully get our mind right. And it looked good today. Like I was hoping with the time off that we would look a team prepared to go into this match and get something out of it, and we did. We got everything.
Gary, the really positive thing about the last game with United was that actually we played very good football.
Yeah.
So it was a frustrating one to lose, a really frustrating one to lose. But there were a lot of positives in that game.
I hate that now. I hate that. I hear you. I hate that thought now because I don't want it. I don't want that to be what we say anymore because we know we've got good football in us.
Yeah.
But it can't be when we lose and when we lose the way we did in that match. So for me, it's like, yes, I know we can play better. We've seen it. So I don't need to say that we performed well and lost 3-1 with like 3 goals that you're like, we can't, that can't happen anymore. All right. So I hear you, but I don't like the thinking there because we're not that. That's not the way we play. And the next time we play them, it can't look like that at all.
Yeah.
It's got to look like what we saw today. If we played today and take that and, copied it and pasted it and going into the United match, much better. They're not going to get anything from us. Not like they did. Maybe the first goal they get, but they don't get the next 2 for sure. So, and I don't know if that's the difference between having a Partey out there or not.
He makes a lot of difference, Gary Partey. He's just quality. And we don't really have anyone to replace him. He makes such a difference when he comes back.
Yeah. And then I like to say he quiets the noise in the middle of the pitch for us. Like the ball, sometimes the ball doesn't even go to him, but the fact that he's on the pitch, everything seems to just calm down. We're not threatened because of what could be happening in the middle. Tomiyasu.
Ray put it quite well. He's very press resistant. I like that phrase.
True. And he's missing out due to Mikel being afraid to drop wide or Saliba. For me, this is why I've been saying since day one I want rotation, because rotation is what Arteta supposedly has been built on. Because we see that with City, they don't necessarily. Not everybody plays every game. I mean, we've got 2 players that didn't play every day, and they're solid players in the league, right? So you need to rotate because you cannot play the same players over and over again. They need a little bit of time away. So
it's difficult, though, isn't it, Gary? Because you on one hand, it must be quite difficult because on one hand you've got to build consistency.
Yep.
And building consistency means kind of trying to stick with a fairly regular starting 11. But like you said, at the same time, you've got multiple competitions. You're going to have to rotate people. You can't do what we did with Saka last season and just burn him out and play him every game of the season. So, Stan's right. We're going to have to – he's going to have a tough decision at some point and start rotating. But
it shouldn't be that difficult. That's why you have to have we keep asking for a strong bench, solid players that can back up and push other players. If it's difficult for him to push somebody out, that's good. That means you should, because you need to.
Yeah, rotate. It's difficult in a good way, Gary, because he's trying. He probably feel like he's punishing someone who's playing very well. Yeah. You don't want to drop White because he's playing very well, but at the same time, you've got to rotate these players. So it's a good position to be in.
Yeah, but think if you don't rotate White, then at some point you're going to be saying Saliba and Gabriel. And I think Gabriel needs to sit. Based on how he's been playing, he needs to sit. He doesn't. We shouldn't have to see him go through a couple of games where you're like, damn it, he doesn't look like he's 100% there mentally, and he's playing pretty. It works. We're doing okay, but he's making some really, really hard, decisions that he's making aren't so good. So we'll get into Fabio later on. So let me just go through the next 30 minutes at that point. We're going to try to get into the half with a lead. Not once again. I think for this first 15 minutes going into half, not much stands out for me. I don't know if we had a couple of shots. I think Saka had a shot, shoots it well over. He had Xhaka took a shot right well over as well. And that's where I'm sitting there going, why are we taking these shots from distance at this point? I mean, we have a decent, we do a different approach. Our attack is better than that. We don't have to take just sit there and take a shot from distance with players that consistently are never getting anywhere close to the goal. So
it's probably consistent with Partey being back. They've been to the Partey school of shooting.
Maybe he's got the bug. He comes in and everybody wants to shoot from distance, right? So that's how that half ends. We just had some shots, but they go over. And then so we start the second half. First thing is we need to get that third goal, and that's kind of what the thought was, at least on the watch-alongs. We need to get that third goal. We don't want Brentford to get that third goal and think they have a chance to get back into this match, right? So who gets the third goal puts pressure on the other team. And, 10 minutes, I guess 5 minutes later, I forget who passes the ball. I think Saka plays the ball to Vieira, and Vieira takes one touch and then puts his foot through it, and a very nice shot. It's starting about a foot inside and then curves towards the post and then hits the back of the post and goes in. Very nice from him. I've been looking for people to take that shot from the outside in his last game. For me, I was like, the first game that he played, I was like, that man's looking to shoot. I want to see more of that, especially from that position. And we got that from him today. Very nice play there. So we're up 3-0 at that point. Game continues on. Who takes a shot? Somebody takes a shot around the 53rd minute.
Gabriel, who absolutely hammered a shot over the bar.
Yeah.
Decent shot though, actually, to be fair to him.
Yeah. Then there was the free kick. That's right, the free kick from Brentford where they tap the ball back to Tony, who flicks it up and tries to volley it in. It was it was nicely done, but it didn't work. He didn't want his Ramsdale watch it go over the crossbar there. So then, that's kind of how that next 30 minutes went. Some missed opportunities there. No, not missed opportunities, but just some shots that just were just not on. But we get the third goal. Vieira does that early in the first. That next 30 minutes. Alonso, talk about the next 30 minutes, starting with the Vieira goal, and then kind of quietly just us maintaining our control of the game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Partey's really come into his own this game. I think that he made some pretty good tackles. That unfortunately led to Martinelli getting knocked with who was it? He got into a little knock with knees with the knock with the knees kind of thing with the player from Brentford or whoever it was. But yeah, Partey had a good second half. He this is why we signed him, right? To stop play, make brilliant tackles, and this is why we need him on the pitch. I think when he's missing, you could tell the drop off between him and somebody at the Congo. I think some of the Congo played decent enough during his absence, but Partey is number one choice reason. And I think we at this point of the game, we have the game sold. They don't threat at all. Brentford do except for that free kick. But yeah, I think that you see how Arsenal are slowly going to win this game, and I believe Nketiah had a chance, I think, in the second half to as soon as he came on, I think. But yeah, I think bringing on substitutes at the right time kind of helps out the team as far as getting rest. I think Marquinhos will eventually push Saka right now, but I think he's just a little bit too fresh for that. Yeah, I think moving forward, I think this game was a really good game showing. And position wise, we controlled the game the second half pretty much.
Yep. So that was Alonso's analysis for the next 30 minutes up to the 60th minute there. Matt started out with a bang, and it got quiet, but all for the right reasons for us. I think we had it under control. So that next 30 minutes, what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we were just really comfortable, weren't we, really, to be honest? Obviously, Vieira's goal was fantastic, on his first full debut. I like a player, like you quite rightly said, we're often criticising, or, Arsenal fans will always criticise the whole we're trying to walk it in every time we get the ball. And that's fine. And, it's wonderful to see us play intricate football, but sometimes it's nice to have a player who has the ability to see a gap around the 18-yard box and have a pop. And it's really encouraging to know that in Vieira we've got that kind of player who's not afraid to take a shot, and who actually can shoot and score from that distance as well. Because he does offer us something different to Odegaard, and that's what you want. You don't want two carbon copies of the same player. I think he's a very, very tidy, skilled player. Some similar attributes to Odegaard, but he does offer us something a little bit different, and that you can see why Arteta wanted him. And I think he'll be excellent for us, and I think he's a great option to have for different games and different setups that we might want to use. But really, really good. Like I say, it's a bit quiet at first, but just quietly went away around his business, and then, like I say, just pulled that out of the bag, and you're like, okay, we're on. We've got a player here. So yeah, hopefully that's the first of many. But yeah, it was just that next 30 minutes we were just very tidy, worked hard, won the ball back. Partey did a fantastic job in the middle of the field, but not just Partey, everybody. You could see people running their legs off to get back, win tackles, get there first, and just not really give them a sniff. And like I say, there wasn't a huge amount of action, and it wasn't end-to-end stuff, but we were just very much in control, building phases of play, taking our time, knocking the ball about, not making any stupid rash passes or decisions or losing the ball, just looked very, very much in control, which I think that's quite a professional performance. Sometimes we can sometimes get a bit sloppy in second halves. We can kind of be a bit complacent, start pinging silly balls or trying not to do the simple things. But I thought actually we did that very well today. So yeah, no, really good. Like I say, it wasn't the most, exciting end-to-end football, but we just looked so assured.
And as you said, we kind of professionally finished off this game. They got nothing, and that's all. And then professionally, we're talking about being professional and tyranny, and every player that comes to Arsenal from now on has to understand that they don't get the starting shirt. That's all. You might have to sit, and you will get to play, because the one thing I feel is Arteta will not bring you in if he doesn't want to play you. So hopefully and if he does want to play you, eventually you're gone anyways, because it's better for you. Yeah. So
I thought Tierney, Gary.
Yeah,
he came inside today, and I've not really seen him move the ball and come inside. He's always somebody who loves to absolutely bomb it down the wing and stick across him. But actually today, he kind of came into the centre of the pitch a bit more, and I've not really seen him do that a lot. So I don't know whether that's a conscious thing that he's actually been working on, or whether Arteta's been asking him to do that or not. But I just thought that was quite interesting today.
I think that, you see Zinchenko do that, and I think we're seeing White do that, right? So between and those have been our starters, and if that's what Arteta wants, then that's what you're going to have to do. You have to learn to adapt, and he's doing well there. Next month would be a really tough one for us. We'll probably have one. I don't know if those 9 games equate to a game every midweek. So busy time for us. We will be rotating. The Europa League squad will probably look different to especially for the first two weeks, because we have we'll get into the schedule, but we have that North London derby, and I think we have Liverpool after that. So,
when did the FA Cup game start? I wonder.
I think is it Brighton? I think it is, but I'm not sure
Okay.
the dates. I don't know when that is. The date off the top of my head. Yeah. So Fabio scoring that man, he did show he's comfortable and ready to go now. November. Okay. So yeah, no, Fabio looked really good, and like I said, the first time he came in, he scored. He took some shots, some volleys and stuff from there. He really likes to sing a song. He comes from Portugal. He plays for the Arsenal. Looks like Big Scun is going to be watching some. Is that La Liga, I believe, right?
Italian football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's you know what? It's I see. This is I mean, we found a place for him that works for us. So, and that's what we've wanted, right? We've wanted
absolutely better late than never.
Yeah.
And credit to Arteta for doing that, because we haven't seen that from any other manager that we've had while we've
Well, I think the other managers were too concerned to move him away from what he probably thought was his comfort zone, which was.
But it takes
scary.
a bold manager to do that, right? And that takes an intelligent manager who knows how to get the best out of his players to make that move and change and adapt. And that shows he's able to actually. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, if they want to survive, for sure. Big Scun, I don't know if I said hello, but welcome. Noe has joined us. Welcome to the show. Yeah, no, I think Partey in Old Trafford would have been nice to see how that works out. But I think we are going to have to live with the fact that he will not play as many games as we want. So, Savic, Savic will come in and he can compete for a starting position. That's what we want. But are we going to want to spend that? We'll see. Mahir is in the house. Welcome. I'm not sure how you say that, but I'm just going to... Very, very controlled performance from the squad, right? I mean, as I said, it wasn't, as Matt said, it wasn't end-to-end type action. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, look at that, we almost scored. Oh my God, look at that, they almost scored. It wasn't like that at all. They got nothing, and the chances that we got, we took it, and we enjoyed it. Good, thank you there. Here is in there. FA Cup says starts in January, and the Carabao Cup in November. Yeah. My hair is going to come on and complain about the fact that we didn't win. We didn't score 5 goals. You could see that, but this is one of those games where we would have won with 1, and they would have not. They didn't threaten us. So it's a good sign that we can play that way. We actually don't.
You know what, Gary? Goal difference is a big thing, and when you've got teams around you putting 4, 5, 6 past teams, when you come to crunch time at the end of the season where maybe you have dropped points here or there, and it's, it comes down to the crunch, that goal difference can mean something. So, even though you're comfortably winning 2 or 3-0, actually, if you do finish that chance and get that extra goal, across the whole of the season, that adds up.
Yeah, I'm with you, but for me, that's
where you don't.
That's the natural progression of with this squad right now. Right now, we're getting the wins. We're not winning by as much as we want, but that's going to happen, right? Because it's just going to grow, and as long as we can hold on to our youth, we'll be fine there. That we're going to be fine there. Yeah, 5 years. So no, I think they found a good position for him, and we always said, he's not good he's not going to back up Partey. So let's not do that anymore, please. Yeah, Leeds are really good. They conceded 20 and still we're not in the relegation zone. Imagine that. Pretty nice. And Mahir wants one of your shirts. Hey, does anybody remember this? Last time we got into a North London derby, Arsenal sits atop the table.
Very good question.
It's probably been. It's definitely been. I don't think I've ever seen it. like in the last 10 years that I've been really, really following Arsenal. So we're gonna take it. We're gonna enjoy it, and the team hopefully will use that as inspiration to take all 3 points. Yeah, I don't think Tielemans is actually bad. I think that the squad as a whole is just that's what the squad looks like. I think you take somebody out of a situation like that, you're going to get something different. That's what I believe. I think they're good players there because Madison looked really good in the game yesterday, but eventually it just wears on you, and that's what happened.
I think what happened with Leicester is that they hung on to players too long, and by that time, that their worth is not the same as it was 2 years ago, or whatever the case was. Like Vardy is no longer going to score 20 goals this season.
Yeah, well, that's because they gave him a deal that he's not going to leave, right? That's we were going to give Vardy a similar deal, right? He didn't want to come. He didn't want to come for more money, and look where he is now, right? So maybe he would probably be in the same situation as like a Aubameyang, anyways, because of the way we're playing. But we'll take it. 3 points, clean sheet. We'll take it, right? Leicester gets relegated. Yeah, maybe.
You know what? I think we were just at that point in the summer. We were just looking and crying out for some quality and depth. And when you look at who was available, Tielemans was the obvious answer. He was Premiership ready. Looked like he was going to come to the club. He wanted to come to the club. It looked like Leicester were open to doing a deal. The price seemed to be very, very reasonable. So it kind of seemed to work, I think, from a club perspective. But actually, did I ever think he was this amazing player that was going to be a game changer for us? No. Was he going to be a good depth player? Yes. Am I really gutted that he's not at the club? Not really. Would I go all out to get him? Probably not really. The club obviously saw that, it wasn't worth doing with the players we've got. So we didn't go for it. And I'm not really bothered by it, to be honest with you. I don't see that as a big loss. I'm not ruining the fact that we didn't get him.
I think that Arteta has a lot of faith in some of the Conga. I think he's still young, so he's not to learn. But I think, like you said, Matt, why go after Tielemans when you have his compatriot in the Congo. So I think the future is right for the Congo. I think he could do a lot of good things at Arsenal.
Yeah, we've got good players in that midfield area. Like I say, it's just keeping them fit. We have got Lokonga seems to have made some strides. I think since we've seen him play again, he seems to have taken a step forward and looks a bit more confident. Obviously Partey's back, but like Gary says, he's not going to be fit for all games throughout the season. We've got the Vieiras, the Odegaards. We can chop and change, and that's the beautiful thing about the team at the moment is that we have just these pieces that can just slot into different areas, and that's great. And obviously now Xhaka is we're getting the best out of him. I think we've got those options now, which maybe we wouldn't have been as confident as we would have been maybe last season. Wasn't really looking that way, but I think now when you look at the players you've got available in those areas, actually I think you're quite able to cope. But we'll see whether that's right or not. But at the moment, I think it looks like it's going to work out okay. True.
Yeah. No, Arsenal has a number in their head, and they don't sway from that, and that's been good to see. I mean, they're not going to spend more than they want to because they don't want to waste their money. So that's what they do, and that's some discipline that they probably haven't done in the past. Even when they are been pressed to get someone, right? You lose Partey, you lose El Neni. All right, let's just go ahead and get an answer for this. They still weren't willing to spend the money that was available to them. And so I see there's some comments in here that I'm like, do I go to the comments or do I continue with the next 30? But there's some funny ones, so we'll go through the commenents.
I was going to say, talking of funny, Tom's comments. Actually,
yeah, I saw that, so that's why I said, should I just ignore?
Yeah,
Mr. Tom, or should I?
You can always rely on Mr. Tom for a funny comment.
There you go. So he's happy to see Leicester back where they deserve to be, right? So there you go. And I think it's there's an Italian manager, Roberto De Zerbi, who might be the new Brighton manager, I believe. and the Matt segment where Matt basically talks to himself. He asks the
I do
questions
it a lot.
and answers the questions as well. So there you go. Did you actually ask a question and then answer it right afterwards?
It was because I was saying, "Did we do this? Yes. Did we do this? No."
I felt like you were just. It didn't feel like a question I was supposed to jump in and answer. So there you go. Good one. And Why Not has joined us. Why Not? Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoyed the game. It was a good game. It was if that's Arteta's ball. I keep always saying, is that Arteta ball there? Because it is. I like it, and if we can get better at that, we can take that on the road with us and quiet the crowd for sure. Yeah, I think we got that, Mr. Tom. Let's see what else we got here. For me, Vieira is not the mid that I was expected, that I think we needed to get. Vieira supports the Erdogan position, but I wanted somebody to really push the Partey position in the midfield, if you want to call it that. So multiple, different areas of midfield that we definitely need. If we're still saying Lokonga needs time, he's not going to get it this year. It really seems like, maybe he goes out on loan in January so he can get the minutes that he's going to need. So when he comes back, we can, we don't have to worry about him needing time to figure out how to play the position. And I think Douglas Luiz, who I saw, was still like an option sometime in January. So maybe that works out for us. And
it's a shame. He was the type of player I was hoping actually we would get, and it's a shame that didn't quite come off in the end. But yeah.
So we'll see if that works for us this time, depending on, because it looks like some of those teams might be willing to sell. As Arsenal Misfit says, we are top of the league. So we're top of the league. Arsenal top of the league. Greetings, everyone. Just off work. Great with some good performance.
It was good.
It was really good. It was really good. And the Assemble is marveling at Mahir using the stats. We made 7 consecutive passes, then either a foul, misplaced pass, throw it. You guys got too much time on your hand. I didn't feel like the game was that bad that, I looked at it when, what, nothing good came out of this, but we won 3-0, so it's not gonna work out exactly the way you want, but I think we did well there.
I don't think we was, I think when you talk about 7 consecutive passes, it's almost suggesting that maybe we were sloppy. I don't think we were. I didn't think at any point in the game we were sloppy or giving things away. I think it's just context of that passage of play. I thought we were quite tidy today.
Like I said, me too. I said everything looked clean and it looked really quiet. It wasn't like a lot of noise, like I'm screaming at the screen, like going, no, please not do that. So everybody's talking about the new Brighton manager. I don't know if he's a good one or not. I was just looking him up. He left in 2021. He was at Shakhtar, I guess. Oh, and then the war kind of affected him continuing on. So I guess he's going to be the manager for their first match up against Liverpool. Welcome to, Liverpool is looking for anything they can. Yeah. So that's going to be, and they're playing. Yeah, they're going to be playing at.
Mind you, didn't they play Chelsea today? Did they lose to Chelsea?
No, they didn't. Brian didn't play today. No, because they didn't play today.
Did they not?
Brian didn't play today. I don't know if they played this weekend, but they did not play today. No, they didn't play this weekend. Because I think it was Brighton.
It's postponed, isn't it?
United and Leeds, right? They all didn't play, so they all have that to look forward to later on in the season. So what else we got here? It's Vieira and Erdogan is in 2/8 with Partey behind him. Yeah, that would be nice to see as well, right? I assume that.
If you look at our attacking line, Gary, it's scary. I think we're frightening a lot of teams. If you look at the quality we've got in attack, it's pretty scary.
Yep.
For most teams, they're going to be thinking, how are we going to cope with that lot?
See, and when you put that out there, it looks good, but who gets pushed to the bench, right? So, and if we're going to be able to control the middle, then you want to be able to do this, right? You want to be able to put in a lineup like this and take advantage of it, and see if it works. I mean, I would be surprised if it doesn't, but you've got two players that can sit out in the box and put shots in and put them on target. Dangerous. The thing is, we don't have quality that we can bring off the bench. I would have brought in Neves, Tony, probably Tielemans.
I don't know, man. I think we do. If you would have thought today, if Odegaard, Zinchenko were fit, we would have had Zinchenko, we would have had Vieira on the bench. We've got Tomiyasu on the bench. You've possibly got Tierney on the bench, depending on how you set up. I think we've got some pretty decent players sat on the bench, to be fair. You compare to where we were a season or two ago and what we had sat on the bench, and you look at now, we've definitely improved and upgraded and given ourselves depth, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, 6 players, we brought in 6 players, right? We brought in 6 players, I think six players, right?
We did it, initially.
So 6 players, or initially 5, at least 5 players, but that's a lot. So I think, and that most of them all contributing, right?
Jesus, and that's impressive, Gary, to bring in the number of players he's brought in the last 2 years.
Yes.
And to get them working. You look at a lot of other teams, right, around us that have brought a lot of players in, spent a load of money. You look at United, for example, who have gone and spent big money on players, and they've just not gelled at all. They've been a bag of shite for a long time. They're starting now under Ten Hag to pull performances together a little bit, but they've been terrible. Yet you look at Arteta, who has brought in, let's face it, he's got rid of a lot of players and he's brought in a lot of players. And to get them up and running so quickly, I think that's quite impressive to do. It's not 1 or 2 players. You've pretty much gutted the squad and started again. And to get them up and running so quickly, I think that's quite an impressive thing to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you think about it, you've got Jesus, Zinchenko, Vieira, who are probably the top 3 signings. Now we've seen them all contribute to the Premier League, as starters. Marquinhos showed that he can do a job in the Europa League. Turner, I think, is still on everybody's list of is he going to get better soon? Are we going to be comfortable with him in the box? So maybe we'll see that. Hopefully, he's going to fight. He's going to get. I believe he'll play a decent amount during the October time, especially if we are able to top the group and have it, pretty much won at some point. He'll probably sit, and then Saliba comes in. So I mean, we've got 6 new players in that sense that are in the squad, and 4 of them are going to be contributing to the first team. And Turner and Marquinhos, I think, to some are still question marks. But yeah, I think we're good there. What else we got? Why not bring the banners out? I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm missing something. Yeah, today, and that was on. We were on the watch along, and Ramsdale giving us a scare didn't happen at all, not at all. Right? I mean, I don't, like you said. Did he actually? How many touches did he get? How many times did he actually have to?
I can't remember. I think he moved the ball out twice, from what I remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, let me just see if this thing gives me a little. Let's see if it talks about. Let's see how many touches did he actually have. So Ramsdale, 2 saves, 29 touches. He's 41% on his passing. A lot of long balls. Only 2 of them hit. But 29 touches is pretty. I know he's done 40. Been in the 40s in some matches, so this is pretty good for him. So, yeah, Tony relies on defenders making errors, and he pounces on them. Well, we didn't do that today. Nothing too bad. Absolutely nothing to sing about. It's bog standard performance with several improvements to make the perfect performance, as Arsenal says. Results and performance. I think today was a really good day. Clean football. We got the 3 points. Everybody came into this game saying it's going to be a tough one for us. 2-1, 3-1 were the scores. We won 3-0. I think we overachieved based on most people's analysis of how this game was going to go. I hear you. Why not? But I don't think today was that day. Today wasn't that day. United gave you what you wanted in that regard to show us where we still have some room for improvement. But today we looked pretty solid against a team that gave Man United a terror. Gave them a terrible day. Let's see. What are you talking about, Matt and DWTT? What I was pointing out was even though we played well, there's room for improvement.
And there's always room for improvement. The assembled.
I think we're all on the same page there, but we can only.
There's absolutely room for improvement. I just think that was probably the most rounded professional performance that we've seen for a long time. And coming off the back of that United game, we would have seen previously that we may have dropped another set of points today. And they're not the easiest side. So I thought it was a very, very good performance. But yeah, no, absolutely not saying there's no room for improvement. It wasn't perfect. We missed a goal in the first minute and a half for starters.
There's levels to this. So if you're saying that, are we at the city level? No. I know, and that's probably where that would be. If you're trying to say we're not at the city level, then yeah, that's true. And we still got a long way to go to get there. Are we going to be able to compete with the Real Madrids and the PSGs and even the Barcelonas to some degree? But that's why for me, we're leveling up. Our levels to get to a city and a post and what we've seen from Liverpool is still going to take. It's going to take time because we need to be able to do it for 50 matches in a season.
100%.
And we're just talking about trying to get it done week to week right now. So yeah, now we have some depth, but not everything we want. But I don't think we're going to get everything.
Look, we have depth. I agree that we're always going to want more. There are always world-class players out there that we would love to have sat on the bench ready to go. But we are in a much, much stronger place. You look at the players we do have on the bench, and it's not just, Nketiah and Marquinhos, although actually both of those players, although they're not 80 million pound signings and, it's not shaken and set the world on fire, but actually they're good quality players who actually Nketiah has significantly improved. Yes, he's not a Benzema, but he is a great option to have now. Marquinhos, yes, he's one for the future, but again, he can make a difference. We saw that in his, in the last game he played. So we've got good quality, and like you say, we've got the likes of, Tierney, we've got the likes of Vieira on the bench, etc., etc. So we have got depth, but we always want more. I totally agree with the comments, and you said it, Gary. Centre of midfield is one that we do need to improve on. We do need another really defensive-minded midfielder. That is somewhere where we are definitely lacking. So yeah, there's room for improvement, 100%. And I'm pretty sure Arteta, etc., will be thinking about that for either January or next summer to go again and build further.
Yep.
But I think where we are right now is a significant upgrade and a significantly better position to where we were. And, in terms of our goals right now, getting into Champions League, that third, fourth position, I think we're in a very strong position to do that. Then you can go out and add your world-class players and all of that to strengthen further. So it's a step-by-step process. We're getting there. And I think we're in a really good place to achieve the goals that we have as a club right now.
No, definitely. We'll just go quickly through the last 30 minutes and then round up on any of the players that stand out for you. There's probably one in particular that everybody wants to talk about, so we'll do that as well. The last 30 minutes of the match were a lot of moments, as I recall. We had a couple, like Raya made a couple of saves. I don't know if they were all in the last 30 minutes, but definitely one from Saka that he was able to get a hand on. But I think we had maybe 2 or 3 shots in that last 30 minutes, I believe, where Raya had to make a really, really good save on them. it was right there each time. I think one was Saka. I think one was Martinelli. Jesus, I think, also may have gotten a shot there as well.
I think I remember a Jesus shot. I think. Got saved.
Gabriel fires from over 30 yards. I don't want.
Do you know
Gabriel.
what? It
wasn't bad, but I don't want my center back taking that shot. It's not. That's not. He hasn't shown. I mean, he hasn't shown enough for me yet that we should do that. I mean, Ramsdale had to make a save in the last 30 minutes there. Damsgaard actually got a shot in. Then we start bringing in the subs. And Kedia and Sambi come on, Partey and Martinelli go off. I think we had a sub. Did we have a sub earlier than that? I don't. Let's see. I don't think so. Yeah, that might be the first subs we brought on. Brentford had a free kick. I think there was claims for a foul on Tony, but it was called offside. So nothing came to it. There was that one scare early in the match, right? I think Gabriel went down, and looked like there was an issue, and there was an issue in warm-ups as well. But he seemed to.
I know he went down to a cramp, didn't he?
Yeah.
Quite late on.
Yeah. No, that was Jesus who went down with cramps, but Gabriel went down as well. And
Gabriel.
But also, and then the TV, they kind of panned. They went back to the warm-ups where he looked uncomfortable in the warm-up line.
I saw that, actually. I don't
yeah, they show that over here. So they showed him in the warm-up line, kind of like, something not right there with his leg.
All right.
So that's kind of, then we had so the Raya save happened like in the 87th minutes. Then we see there's going to be a warm-up. There's a player warming up on the sidelines, first time on the bench. Ethan Nwaneri, I think is how you say his name. Warming up, looks like he's going to come on.
I love the chants. I love the chant, the crowd chants.
He's got school tomorrow.
Got school in the morning.
and it's a bank holiday, so it's even better. So it's like they used it, but it didn't really work because he didn't have school. But Vieira and Saka came off Nwaneri and Marquinhos. So you've got a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old coming on, right? Very nice.
That is
very
crazy,
nice.
Gary.
Right.
15 years old.
Yeah,
it's a time ago, but trying to think back when I was 15.
Yeah.
And just it blows my mind to think, this kid is in the first team squad. Most kids at that age it'd be fantasy land. You're playing as Arsenal on FIFA. You're sat there playing, with your favourite players, and he's there. Actually there in the changing rooms with these guys, going out and playing football and actually getting his debut. It's mad. It's absolutely mad, and good on him. I mean, he obviously must. I mean, I must admit, I had absolutely no clue who he was.
Yep. That's the thing for me. Yeah, for me, I was the same way. For me, I'm like, well, what about the other two players? One, they both have been on the bench for us, right?
Sousa.
Right, D'Souza and Smith, right? They had both been on our bench before this game, so I was like, "What?" Because me and Ray, Ryan was talking about it, and I was like, "Well, what about those players?" I understand the nostalgia of a 15-year-old coming in, but what about those other young players
looking? And apparently, this kid's been dominating the under 18s at 14. He's currently dominating the under 21s at 15.
Yep.
I mean, this kid obviously has something about him,
Yep.
And I think obviously Per Mertesacker has done a great job with the youth since he's kind of had involvement with it. And obviously there's been that conversation with Per, obviously feeding that feedback about him to Arteta. And obviously Arteta said he's had this conversation with him and his family and been speaking to Per. So there's obviously something about him. You wouldn't get anywhere near the first team if you weren't quality. So
yep.
Fair play to him. And I think he obviously he only got a couple of minutes, didn't he? But I think he came in and made a tackle straight away, which obviously got us onside. And did you see at the end of the game where I saw a clip, and I didn't see it happen live, but Ramsdale, they obviously went to the fans in the away end, and obviously Nwaneri was stood there and he was kind of shyly clapping the crowd, and Ramsdale just shoves him forward to Martinelli right at the front to go and go and clap with the crowd and stuff. And it was just really nice. It's like, no, go on, have your moment. This is your debut. You're 15. Go right to the front, stand with Martinelli, and go and clap the away crowd. I thought that was a really nice moment. And obviously Martinelli was like, this kid, give him a clap. I thought that was really nice to see.
Yeah, we've been and as fans, I believe we've all been wanting that type of that's what we wanted from our team, right? That's what we wanted from our squad, from the club. That's what it's supposed to look like, right? So in the past we didn't see that. Now we're seeing it. You should enjoy it because it's a beautiful thing in my eyes. So yeah, that's the last 30 minutes. It probably not much happened there, but the one thing that did happen, I think the youngest player in Premier League history played, and of course the youngest for Arsenal. He came in younger than Cesc Fabregas. So yep, Cesc no longer. Yeah. So yeah, and he doesn't look as tiny as you would think a 15-year-old looks, right? He came in.
He looks about 20.
Yeah. See, I wasn't gonna go there, but I definitely didn't think like 15-year-old because like I saw Saka when he came in. Saw Marquinhos, and you're thinking initially when you first saw Marquinhos, you didn't see him next to other players. You're like, he looks like a little young player, but he looks he looks like a tough one.
Normally they have like little wispy hairs here. He's got like a proper little beard going on. He looked like an adult. He looked like about 20 years old.
No, he did look good there. It looked good there. Yeah.
I wonder. The thing is, it's one of those. Is he going to be a flash in the pan, or is he going to be one of those? And I think it's will Arsenal fans, now he's had that debut at that age, it's just making sure that people don't put so much pressure on him.
Well, that's going to be
now the spotlight's going to be on him. Who is this wonder kid? Are we going to see him again? All the pressure. It'd be interesting to see what comes of that. But
the fact that you say that is the reason why I didn't think he may not have needed to even come in, because it's not really that's not a football decision. If that's what it is, we want football because you want to bring somebody in who probably has a chance to get a lot more games going forward. All right, so if it's just like a marketing ploy, then for me, I don't like that. Because, like you said, it puts even more pressure on a player that doesn't deserve it, because that never was the plan. So, I kind of feel like hopefully that is the case, is that they want to. He is that good, right? He is that good, and they want to maybe just put him out there, and some people maybe take him on loan if he's not ready. So.
He probably will do a Patino, and he'll go on loan somewhere at some point, I'm sure.
True.
So Marquinhos or
Nwaneri is how you say his name.
The 15-year-old kid he started today. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first time I heard about him. I'm not that familiar with the academy, other than what I saw on Twitter. So is he the real deal, Matt?
I don't think anybody knows what he is, because his name just popped up. Oh, there's a 15-year-old warming up, practicing with his squad.
Why is he there? Yeah.
And you don't think of a 15-year-old practicing meaning much, and then the next thing you know, he's in the squad, in the match day squad. So, yeah, like I said, I'm hoping it's for footballing reasons that he's there, and like you said, if he's signed and stuff like that, then that maybe is part football, part this is what you're striving to be, striving to do with your career. This is what it feels like. You go through a practice for the week, and you get there for the game day situations and stuff like that. So why not? He's got some comments here. That's a decent to good starting him. I think it's better than decent. Come on, man. Come on. I know we're holding back. I think it's more than decent. Decent is what Brighton is doing. All right, and we're not that. I think we're a little bit further ahead. Everybody's talking worst case top 6. So that's more than decent in the league, I believe. Central mid, striker, and right back. Like I said, I'd rather White be part of our rotation with the center backs than have to play both. Because then what happens when we need a center back?
So
we don't want to go to holding, do we?
But also,
don't be shade on Holding. I love Rob Holding.
he's a closer, man. But I think with Tomiyasu, there's it could be an argument he's also a center back as well. But I think that whenever, like, I think Stan was saying that he's afraid, Arteta's afraid to take players out, even if they're having a good spell. Talking about Gabriel having his, I guess, kind of mess ups as well, and there could be an argument that, well, why can't Tomiyasu play his spot if Gabriel needs rest, or if he continues to have these blunders and or just super problems that he's known to doing. So there's an argument there that Tomiyasu can also, well, if anything happens. But I think that I think Rob Holding has got a lot of stick. I mean, it's unfair, maybe it's fair. But I think Arteta brings him on to close games out and then change his formation to do the back to close that game out. So I think Rob Holding has a place on his team still. I think it shows in the League Cup games as well as the opening stages of
He's the El Neni. Holding is the El Neni of our defense.
No, and what?
He's there when we need him. He's
Yeah.
there when we need him, and he does
Yeah.
a solid job.
No,
he's not a week in, week out starter.
Yep.
But when you call on him,
That's why it was okay with the re-signing of El Neni, because many thought it showed lack of ambition from the squad. But for me, that's if you think he's supposed to back up Partey. He's not backing up Partey. He is, as you said, that 20 plus play on the list of players in terms of their what you want to get out of them, their preference. They come on as we got nobody else. If Sambi could play better, El Neni wouldn't play.
But that's why you have depth, Gary, at the end of the day.
So,
that's why you need those kind of players who you can't keep everyone happy. You're always going to have players that are third, fourth place choice.
Yeah.
But to have somebody like a Holding or an El Neni who know their place in the team, know that they're not going to be playing every week, week in, week out, but they're happy to come in, be professional, do a job. You need those players. And actually, they're quite difficult to find because not a lot of players of that quality are going to be able to fill that third or fourth place without wanting to move on somewhere else.
Yep.
So I value them. Yes, they're not. That's why they're not first team. That's why they're not first pick every week. Of course, they're not going to be better than Partey or better than Saliba, but they're there because we've got so many games and injuries and things like that. We need them. We need those kind of players there. They have a place in the team.
Yeah. So that's why I wasn't too upset with that new contract, because he gives 100% every time. Holding gives 100%. Are they the quality of the people they're replacing? No, but that's not what they're there for. So, checking out how Why Not is doing. Yeah, Mr. Tom, I think I won the last one, so no Kahoot. I held on to the belt for one more week. So, should have showed up last week. Yeah. No, see, it's not the confidence to use. It's just you have to know as the people say sometimes, you need to know your role. And I think El Neni knows his role on the squad. It's not to be a starter every day for the team.
Such a professional.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing that we saw. Like I think Lacazette shows you. He sat out for 2 or 3 months not playing, and eventually came in and gave the squad what they needed at that time. But he's not long-term for Arsenal, right? Same thing with El Neni, not long-term. Sam, welcome to the show. Ray looking funny. I'm sorry. You know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. I look funny today. What?
The ponytail's gone. Where's the ponytail?
Yeah, ponytails. What? Yeah.
Where's the Menudo notebook?
Yeah, you guys are chilling. I suppose. Why not? It's not happy about today. Oh boy. We're gonna have a little discussion there. At the left back, right back, Vieira was missing, squandered chances. I didn't see Vieira take those chances today that I felt like he missed. So I don't know what you saw, but I didn't feel like he missed some opportunities there because we had opportunities missed from Martinelli for sure, and then we had a lot of opportunities late in the game that were handled much by Raya.
I'd say that was blocked.
So
Martinelli obviously missed his early on, but I don't remember too many missed chances.
Yeah. It looks like it looks like Alonso is having a little bit of a stuttering Wi-Fi there. All right, thank you for being on for Henry. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for being on.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, come on, do me a favor. And Kitty. Yeah. You know what? That's for me. Arsenal wanted to spend their money there, but do they need a solid number 2 behind Jesus? They do.
Yeah.
And will Nketiah get there? We won't know, but we'll see. But we have to right now. That's what the team did. So maybe Martinelli can slot in there, and it doesn't really matter. But we'll see. Yeah. Let's see here. Their keeper had a good game. He did. I mean, he gave up 3, but it could have been worse for sure. Yeah. No, Gabriel. I mean, the fact that he had an issue in warm up and we still played him, and then he had
Which
an
one's
issue.
that?
This is not. There's Gabriel. There's Jesus, and there's Martinelli. Get your Gabbies straight, okay, Matt? That's how it rolls.
Is this Gabby 1, 2, or 3?
No. It's Jesus. I'll repeat it again because you didn't hear me the first time. You have Jesus, you've got Martinelli, and then you got Gabriel. Got it?
Right. Got you.
Starting from the top and go all the way to the bottom. Gabriel and Gabriel, like I said, Gabriel got injured in warm-ups, and I would have thought if Tomiyasu was healthy enough to go 90, then I could have seen White move in. All right. That would make sense. If Gabriel is not feeling good in the warm-ups, then there's no reason to play him. You've got 2 weeks plus. I don't think he's going to international duty, right? So he's got time to rest up. There's no reason to push it when you have quality bench, quality squad. So yeah, how wrong was I? Yeah. Sam was right about something. That's what's surprising. Yeah, that kid came out of nowhere. Yeah.
This image is an old gaff.
See, look, he's just letting you know, Matt. Like I just told you.
No, it's fair. That's fair. That's the way my brain would go.
Yeah. I don't know. What are they talking about here? I don't know what that is.
They're referring to Alonso as Gene, but I don't know why his name's Gene.
I don't. Well, I know why, but I'm not going to say because I know it upsets him. I think Tierney will then play in his position as he plays there for Scotland. Yeah, like I said, we've got fullbacks and center backs that we can interchange, right, based on where they've played and with their international squads and where they played before. So pretty good. That's what you want. I mean, like I said, but I really think we need a right back. We need I would have liked to say we'd like it as Zinchenko, but Zinchenko's now been injured and been out. So it'd be nice to have some fullbacks that we can depend on to play most of the matches, right? So we shall see.
It'll be interesting if Tomiyasu can stay fit.
True.
Yeah. So I have a question for you guys. So Tony asked me, right? He said, all right, so remember when Monreal, right, played the left center back, right? And who was the guy that was his backup? I thought it was Kolasinac when we played a 3-4-3. Who was Monreal's backup before Kolasinac?
I don't know that.
Was it Gibbs or was it Kolasinac?
This is where the chat will come in and someone will be Googling.
Let me go through some of these messages. And really, Sky was fuming that we won. Yeah, nobody likes us when we do good things. The kid's younger than the Emirates. That's crazy, right? I guess
I've got pairs of socks older than him.
Pin tweet about him with Robert Hood. All right. Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, no, I think that was good. So these people talking about when they were 15. Yeah, chasing, doing that stuff when you're young. Yeah, we're all doing stuff that talking about playing professionally. Nah, for some of us that was not happening.
Yeah, exactly, Sam. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of miss when I kind of miss.
What is that? Are you hoping he's going to come to Leeds, Tom? Mr. Tom.
Oh,
Is
there
that
you
your way
go.
of thinking?
Let me go through the chat real quick. I'm going to try to
Leeds?
skip through some of these. Alonso's back there. Happy to see you. The decision was given to Nwaneri was a bit random from what I hear. So Arteta said, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to know what the long-term process or thought was that, what was that going to, what was that for long-term?
And he said it was a gut feeling, didn't he?
Yeah. So this is my thing. If it's a hamstring, he can't play the next. We can't have him playing like going up against the likes of that team's back. Front three. If he's got an iffy hamstring, so hopefully he's rested. We'll see if he comes back. But for me, it's too much of a risk to play him today because we need him on the first. We didn't really. We've got
a gap, haven't we? But yeah, like you say, he could have been. If it does go, he's going to be out for several weeks, isn't he?
Yeah, and and if they all they did is aggravate it today even more, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, these guys talking about trying to wind up Alonso here. Yeah, top four. We should be able to get top four.
You know what? Why not there? I think decent is top four. That's where my bar would be at as well for decent.
Yeah. I think everybody's thinking if we don't get top four, doesn't matter what else we do. It's not. That was not the goal, right? Because if we get Champions League because we win Europa, we are going to be happy about it. But in terms of where we want to be in the league, we still want to be one of the top four teams. Part of that discussion. So yeah.
Europa winning the Europa League should be a bonus to finishing top four.
Mr. Tom, I think I'm gonna have to block you if you're gonna start talking mean about me. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know what the funny thing is? That comment from Mr. Tom was from the last podcast.
Oh, was it from the last one? Sorry, I wasn't here.
You just come up and been out. Yeah.
I wasn't here. Is that your Wi-Fi is slow? Oh man, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, no, Holding he does like he said, he's a closer for us. So we don't need to sell Holding if we still need somebody towards the back of the lineup that's going to come on. He's happy to be there. I mean, think about it. Chambers left to go do what? Is he enjoying himself? Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah,
backups. Yeah. No,
I remember when Tony loved Chambers because he could only do one thing, and that's cross the ball. I'm like, Tony for some reason has this thing where he loves like Chambers, and it's like, dude, he was a center back.
Yeah.
The reason why Chambers started it was because of the injury, and had Chambers been healthy during all his Arsenal career, he would bring something special, but unfortunately, injuries have hurt his career at Arsenal.
You know what? I hear you when you say that, but then Partey's had injuries, and we loathe the days when he's out. So it's not necessarily that you have injuries, so then you're not quality. It's you have quality, you have injuries. You have either. You can have both. And we miss Partey when he's not there because of his quality. When we see it, we enjoy it, and then he's gone again.
Mm-hmm.
Chambers, I don't think had that quality that we were missing.
Right, but he was always hurt. That's why. But then again, like we didn't miss him because he never started all the time. So I think Arteta just stuck him as right back, and he did a decent job.
Now think about it. Chambers played in that North London derby and had a really good game. Remember? I think he had a really good game. So the quality is there, consistently there. No, but it's there. So we got to see it once in a while. So we definitely enjoyed that. Their backups, they're not going to be the best. So I think I'm going through these messages pretty quickly, and we've been chatting when we need to. Yeah, Cedric and Marie contracts were, I thought at the time were a waste, and they turned out to be a waste. So.
I mean, I want Marie to succeed at Arsenal for some reason, and he just couldn't cut the mustard, I guess.
Yep. No, for sure. It looked like it looked somewhat promising, but it never panned out. Yeah, Sam's going after why not. The love there. Yeah. Vieira is just getting. You know what? The game was quiet and comfortable for us, and everybody contributed to that, Vieira included. I mean, I think Partey didn't even get as many touches as I would have liked to start that match, but it didn't matter. So it kind of felt like we controlled that match, and that's kind of, we want to be able to do that. We want to impose our will, not have it dictated to us. Yeah, just talking about millions. Yep, go ahead.
So the Odegaard, like, did he get hurt again, or it was just a rest day for him?
I think it was a surprise he was out for me. I don't know if anybody else knew he was going to be out today.
Because, like, I woke up late, so I didn't really see the pregame stuff that was going on, but I was surprised.
Yeah, I don't think I heard anything about him being probably a miss for the match. So, yeah.
And then I also wonder, like, why someone else was always getting hurt.
Why what?
ESR is always getting hurt.
You know what? That's the human body at its worst. Basically, that's what that is. Some people, there's players all the time that, athletes all the time that really quality players can't stay healthy, and you get glimpses of them, but you never get enough. So, I mean,
almost like Michael Owen.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know who they're talking about, but this is for sure. We can't be spending 30 mil on players that we don't plan to play.
Yeah.
30.
This is what I was saying. We're not going to get that kind of player who's happy to sit, and play 5 games a season. That's what I'm saying. We're not a City. You can just, and like Sam's saying, we're not a City where we can just go and spend, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of million or £1 billion on a squad of players who are quite happy to sit there. Yeah. And they're only really going to be happy to sit there, A, if they're collecting a ridiculous wage, and 2, if you're winning everything in sight. So, that's just not going to happen, is it?
Yeah. I mean, like a Grealish doesn't happen at many clubs. There's only maybe 3 or 4 clubs that can afford to do that, spend that much money and not get a return immediately.
Well, that's the thing. When you get into that position, it doesn't always work out, because actually you end up spaffing stupid money on players that aren't worth that amount of money. You look at Grealish, 100 million. Was he worth 100 million? Not in my books, really.
How many players over 75 actually work out?
So,
you have to think hard and long to figure out somebody over 75 who you go, it worked. They don't usually pan out. I mean, you've seen Lukaku, we've seen Grealish, we've seen Kepa, right? I mean, I think Kepa was an expensive buy. You've seen Hazard, right? Did that work out? Coutinho, did that work out? All expensive buys, not really panning out. So, yeah, this could be a cage fight right here. Sam and why not? And Riddy in the city of Liverpool. I don't know who teams up with who, but cage match. All 4 of them. it's gonna end up with either Sam or Why Not and Radio at the City of Liverpool going against each other. But there you go. Only here. We are at about we're just over 100 minutes here of going. So yeah. Why not? I don't can't agree with you there. We're not finished yet. When the injuries come, if they come, I shouldn't say when they come. If injuries happen, then yeah, we're gonna have some problems. We're gonna have some answers. But right now we're doing what we're supposed to do. And Mr. Tom, he gets bored of talking football, so you can see where his mind is going.
So let's talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
And Steam.
Yeah.
And next week or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but if Grealish has to give you what Grealish was given, his prior team, that's what you wanted, right? That's what we wanted. Yeah. Oh, and Mr. Thomas just got some nonsense now. I think he's getting tired of football. Movie of the week for you guys? I don't know. Movie of the week. I didn't watch a movie this week.
I saw Barbarian.
Barbarian, was that good?
It was wild, man. It was intense. It was kind of scary, but more terrifying. It was a good movie.
Yeah. You got Sam here, or Mr. Sam. Got Sam here, kind of agreeing that not too many players. I mean, look at Haaland, right? He cost 60, and I know there's a lot of the player wants what the player wants, and that's why the price is low. But teams don't have to spend that much. I mean, I don't know how much Real Madrid is paying on their players, but once again, they don't. And the one thing that those teams do is they tap their resources to the hill, as they say, right? If they're in Germany, if it's Bayern Munich, they don't need to go outside of Germany to get a lot of their players. Real Madrid and PSG, they don't really need to go too far sometimes to get their players. If you're a big squad in the Premier League, you should be able to go out and you want to try to go out and get the best players in England so they don't leave and they don't go to your rivals. So start there, and then you start with your contacts, right? That's what Arteta's done so far. A lot of these contacts with the players that he's coached in the past or the affiliations that we've had with, the Brazil team. So there you go. They always say to do that first. I would like us to expand, but they always say to do that first. What's the point of overworking yourself to get a quality player when you can get one right there that's easy for you? And I'm not going to put this up, Sam, but Sam has a suggestion for movie of the week. And this is the Arsenal fan circle. Oh, now he's going to go. His mind already went somewhere with that one. But yeah. Mr. Tom supports Leeds, of course. He's fed up with football. You got that right. Yeah.
The movie week is called. The movie week is called Ernest. Sam Goes New Jersey.
Yeah, and before we head out, Mr. Tom had an idea of a 4-team football match. So just like if you guys have seen like the multiple player chess boards.
No.
But the same thing for football. But that's where he's going. So we are here. We're almost out to 2 minutes. I think we're going to start that. We're going to head out of here now. It's been good to see Matt back from working, I guess. I assume he's been working.
Yeah. No, do you know what? I'm glad to be back. It's nice to be talking football and Arsenal and seeing you guys. I've missed you all, and it's nice to see everybody in the chat again. I enjoy my Sundays with the Arsenal circle and the chat. So, yeah, thanks for having me back on. And
Cool.
yeah, and do you know what? Happy that I come back on a Sunday with 3 points, top of the league. Come on, yes.
There you go. And here are some suggestions for play. Top movies. Hot Shots Part 2. Yeah, that was a good one. The other one, a short they call it. That team's trophies. I don't know how long. How fast is that? I think it's like 30 seconds. If you blink, you miss it. So
I've just been watching. I don't know if anyone's been watching the House of Dragon and the new Lord of the Rings series, but I've just been watching those.
Oh, so I'm still on Game of Thrones, so I still got a couple of seasons left of that, and then I can move on to the new stuff.
I'm on Game of Thrones season 1, episode 8 for the past 2 months.
Now I'm in episode season 6, so I'm at the end of season 6. So I've enjoyed it. So Norwich also they have a short as well. Lonzo, say bye to the people.
So yeah, bye to people. Thanks for having me, Gary. Good to see you again, Matt. No, I've been busy as well on Sunday, so take my day off. And no NASCAR day, so I'm able to do a whole show today without no interruptions. My Eagles play tomorrow night, so yeah, just hanging out with you guys today. It's pretty awesome getting you guys to talk about the game today, and yeah, good to see you guys in the chat box as well. And really, my name is not Gene; it's Alonzo.
Yeah, they're just trying to wind you up. You know that. The chat room loves you. That's why they try to wind you up.
Poking the bear and winding you up.
They that's why they do it. They do it because they love you, not because they hate you. I know that much.
Already could be a turn in disguise. So
could be. But once again, everybody, thank you for joining us. As you said, Ray is out. He's out with his family, enjoying some time with them. I think he'll be back. I believe he'll be back next Sunday. I think he'll be back next Sunday. So we will we'll await his return. One day, Mr. Tom will join the Arsenal fan circle and inflect it with nonsense.
I thought that had already happened.
I thought it did too. And if it hasn't, if it hasn't, we'll make sure it doesn't happen. Okay. So
already with us.
I think there's a way to block you so you can never get in. So there you go. There you go. Yeah. See. So everyone, thank you again. We'll do this again next Sunday. No matches, of course, to talk about. It'll be international. We're on international break, I think, right? Starting Monday. Yeah. So if you want to watch some of that, that will be going on. The women I think the women have a midweek game. North London Derby this week, if I recall, or is it this weekend? I can't remember. So North London Derby for the women. I think, as Ryan was saying, the stadium is open. Emirates. There are still about 15,000 seats. I'm not sure. I would hope so. Yeah, 45,000 tickets have been sold already. So, or 40,000. So, it will be. If you're in the London area and you have time, you should go check it out. Not too often do they play in the Emirates, so really good time. And we'll do this again. Sunday, everybody, thank you, and have a good night and good week and good weekend, and a happy international break.
Cheers, Gary. Thanks for hosting. Good to see you, everyone. Cheers, Alonzo.
Cheers, Matt. Take it easy.
And you guys. I think Gary's left and he's not pressed the end button, haven't you, Gary? That's what you've done.
I actually did. I was like, wait a second, this is silly. I just exited I didn't actually end the broadcast. So there you go. We'll try this again. Everybody, we'll see you in a week from now. Enjoy your international break. Come on, you Gunners.
See you guys.
We're out of here. Everybody, enjoy.
Bye.
Oh, man.